Hey, welcome. Another little video from me. This one is about healing. How does healing work? Why does it work? And what does it mean to be out of balance, to be not in alignment, and to not allow energy to flow freely? Because this is what is behind most difficulties you have. Can be emotional, mental, physical difficulties, even spiritual ones, I guess. The moment the energy can't flow freely, you don't feel as well as you could feel when it would flow. Because energy is meant to flow. You have many channels through which the energy moves around through your energy bodies and through your physical body. And if you block these channels, then the flow of energy slows down. And if that happens, you are not as high vibe, as excited, as happy, as joyful, as healthy as you could be. So slowed down energy puts a damper on the way you live your life and on the way you see the world and see yourself and see everything you encounter. And the reason why we create these blockages in the various pipes the energy is flowing through are twofold. The first one is that we attach to things. So you can just look at this physically. The moment you attach to something, you grab it, you hang onto it, you hold it there. And this, of course, means the energy cannot flow freely anymore. The longer you hang onto something, the more dense it becomes, the slower it starts to vibrate. So it slows down, the vibration slows down. And hanging on to something can happen in many different ways. You can kind of keep repeating something in your mind, keep going through a situation that happened, keep thinking about something. And this, by the way, can be both negative and positive. So you might think of something that you really enjoyed and you keep turning that and you stay up here in your mind and you, while doing this, don't realize anymore what is actually happening right in front of you. Or you might push something you don't like away. So you resist it and you also go through it. Now you keep thinking about the thing that happened that was so annoying, this person that treated you so badly. And all of this is hanging on to it, keeping it there, creating a blockage. And yeah, there are many different levels and layers of blockages, many things, lots of things that happened in childhood, for example, can create or did create blockages, and also stuff that happens in our day-to-day life. So this is the one reason why the energy flow gets slowed down. And the other reason is that we often push parts of us away. So you are here, you are a whole, beautiful, wonderful being. And then you, again, through growing up, for example, you develop ideas about what is good behavior and what is bad behavior, what gets rewarded, what gets you loved and praised, and what gets you kind of looked at like, hey, don't do that. And so you create these little pockets or little drawers of good things and bad things. And whenever you do something you consider bad, it goes against who you believe yourself to be. And it goes against the values you hold. And so you push this part away. So let's say, for example, you learned as a child, either through experience because your parents were constantly fighting, or through your parents when they were not fighting, they were telling you that it is important to be kind and to not scream and shout and whatever. So you get this idea. Doesn't matter how you got the idea, you have this belief. It is good to be kind, it is not good to shout. And then when you get into an argument with someone and you get so frustrated that you start screaming at them, this goes against this self-image you have. It goes against what you believe to be the right behavior. And so you take this part that screamed and you push it away. You say, no, this is not me. I'm not somebody who screams. Go away. And so this part sits out there. And of course, it's part of you. It was, after all, you who screamed, and it wants to come back. And so it takes energy to keep it out there. And this doesn't only happen with screaming, it happens with a whole lot of different things. So you have all these parts of you have disowned, and you try to keep away from your awareness, from your consciousness. So you keep them pushed away. I do believe this is also what the subconscious actually is. It's all these parts we don't want to deal with. So you have blockages sitting there that slow the energy flow down, and you have a lot of things you have to push away, which also takes a lot of energy, which also slows the flow of energy that is available to you down. And the lower this flow is, the more you will feel this. In the beginning, it might be that you feel it emotionally. You feel down, you feel not as good, you feel like blah and no energy. And then later, if that goes on for a while, it can become physical, because it is not healthy. It is an imbalance. It is not who you are meant to be. And your system, both your energy bodies and your physical body, constantly talk to you. They constantly try to get you back into balance, back into alignment. And so if it doesn't work with the mood, so if you don't kind of start doing something when you keep having blah days, then it might get physical. Then your body speaks louder. It tells you, look, here is something we have to pay attention to. And this is where energy healing comes in, both on the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, the physical. Anything where energy flow has been slowed down through energy healing or an energy facilitated session, you can speed this energy up again. And the way we do this is that, first of all, we talk. So we do that over Zoom or over Skype, somehow online, like this now. I'm talking to you, but you're sitting there, you're talking back to me, and we discuss what's going on in your life. What works, what doesn't work, what is difficult for you. And while we're doing this, these things get activated. The blockages light up, and I can see that. I can see them lighting up. They sit in your body. And then when something lights up, we go there immediately. And you watch it. Now you step back and you allow yourself to release this blockage. And then we allow it to come up, or you allow it to come up, and I support you. And you let it go. And the more we do this, the more layers of blockages you release, the more your life is going to change. Same thing happens with things you have disowned. They also invariably come up in conversations. It's like these red flags suddenly, no? Something sticks out. And then we again reintegrate this. And I help you on the energetic level, and I also help you through talking and through supporting you and through seeing you as a beautiful, whole, amazing, wonderful being. So I am holding this vision of you. I know you are this. And I hold this. And then what also happens is a high vibrating state of being, a high vibrating energy. And if we are in contact, and it doesn't matter if we sit next to each other or if it's through the interweb, because there is actually no time and space, but I don't want to get into this now. Gonna get too confusing, I guess. But so we are connected the moment we engage with each other. And if I keep the vibration high, then your system has no chance. It has to adapt, unless you are powerful enough to pull me down. But this, after 22 years of doing this work, this happens hardly ever anymore. So I can keep the vibration high. Your system has to lift its frequency, has to match me. And when you do this, everything that's not of a higher vibration again becomes visible, starts to rattle, starts to shake, and things come up. All right, so this is what we do. We release stuff that you have blocked, that you have hung onto, and we reintegrate parts you have disowned. And through doing this, your energy flows much more freely and you become much more of who you truly are. You become much more of yourself. And the more of yourself you are, the less you have to hide, the less you have to protect yourself, the less you have to try to portray a specific image or something. And also, the more you are who you really are, the more you vibrate on your core frequency. And whatever you send out attracts like things back to it. So if you send out who you are at your core, if you send out this strong, beautiful frequency, everything that you draw back into your life is of that same vibration. So everyone you meet, everything you encounter, all the things that come to you fit you perfectly. And then your life becomes really easy and really beautiful, and you don't actually know what happened. Just things that you have struggled with for such a long time, they go away. It's all nice and easy and flowing, and this is a really beautiful state of being. All right, so I invite you to check out my offers below, and I would really love to work with you. And yeah, until soon. Bye for now.